Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's edition of Boredom Busters with Lincoln Children's Museum. Today is Thursday, June 4th, and we are going to continue our dinosaur theme today. Now, yesterday, we learned about dinosaurs that only eat plants, and they are called herbivores. Now, today, we're going to learn about dinosaurs that only eat other animals, and they are called carnivores. Now, on our printable today, Kazoo is trying to count the number of teeth on these carnivorous dinosaurs. Now, Kazoo doesn't have any teeth, so he is just so curious about these teeth. Now, you can tell when you look at these teeth and you're counting them, are they big and flat or are they sharp and pointy? Big flat teeth are for chewing on vegetables, and sharp pointy teeth are for biting into meat. Okay, you can see they all have these sharp teeth. Just like a cat or a tiger, there are so many species of animals that still live today that are also carnivorous. Now, we have sharp teeth in the front and flat ones in the back. So that means that we can eat just about anything. So humans, as well as a lot of other species out there, are what's called omnivores. We are omnivorous because we will eat just about anything. Sharp teeth in the front for meat, flat teeth in the back for vegetables. Then, of course, there are those animals that just only have flat teeth going all the way around, and they can really only eat plants. Now, for our song recommendation today, it's a sing-along lyric song, so it will have the lyrics on the screen as you watch it, help you learn them a little bit faster, and it is called The Carnivores. Now, when I think of a carnivorous dinosaur, one of the first one that pops in my head is Tyrannosaurus Rex. This Tyrannosaurus Rex has those sharp teeth and eats other animals. Now, can you think of any other dinosaurs with those sharp teeth that ate other animals? And what kinds of things would a carnivorous dinosaur eat? So today, a carnivorous animal like a lion would eat maybe a gazelle. You know, we have bears, although bears do eat some plants like berries, but they can eat fish. They can eat small mammals like little rodents and squirrels. So back in the time of the dinosaurs, what do you think a carnivorous dinosaur would have eaten? And for our video recommendation today, we have Dino Road Trip from National Geographic for kids. So very good video, lots of good information in here. I definitely recommend it. You will learn about all sorts of dinosaurs. And our book recommendation today is Tiny T-Rex and the Impossible Hug. And that's by Jonathan Stutzman. Now, a T-Rex, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, had these tiny little arms. And why was that? Well, you know, scientists are still trying to figure that out. Because dinosaurs, when scientists who study dinosaurs, first of all, are called paleontologists, because they study things from a long time ago. And the last dinosaurs went extinct a long time ago, about 65 million years ago. So people who study them study things from a long time ago. Now, we can't see them living their lives. And in fact, sometimes we only have one fossil skeleton of an entire species. And not all of the land that we have today was even around during the time of the dinosaurs, because the plates move around on our planet, and there's volcanic eruptions that are creating new land. So we don't have a full picture. But those tiny little arms, scientists say, you know, maybe they were little arms. But there are some scientists who are looking at new skeletons and saying, maybe they were wings, like on something like an ostrich that doesn't fly, but has these tiny little wings that go back. Did their arms go front? Did they go back? We don't know. And even not that long ago, maybe even only 20 years ago, everybody thought that T-Rex stood up on his back feet and had his tail on the ground while he's walking upright. But scientists realized that that didn't make very much sense. So now we think of T-Rex as being bent over, like flat, with his tail sticking out one way and his head sticking out the other way. Scientists just don't know. There is so much to still learn about dinosaurs. So if you're interested, there's a lot out there. And a new idea that you have could be something that could help paleontologists and other scientists understand what's going on. All right, now I do have a couple of activities for you today. Our first one, we're going to make some pretend dinosaur fossils. So what you need for this is dirt, sand, flour, water, and a tray with plastic wrap on it. Now the plastic wrap just really helps getting them off in the end. And especially if you're using a baking sheet, you might not want to put dirt right on your baking sheet. All right, so our recipe for this, we're going to make, it's going to be kind of like salt dough when you make your own Play-Doh, but with dirt in it. So what you need here is, let's see, I'm going to measure this out because you need a cup of dirt. So I'm using two kinds of dirt here. I'm going to use half a cup of nice dusty dirt and half a cup of potting soil. And now I'm going to put in a half a cup of sand. Get a little more in there. There we go. Half a cup of sand and 1 cup of flour. So flour can be tricky to measure. I always like using the back of a spoon or a butter knife to flatten it out. There's a half a cup. And now I need another half a cup because you need 2 halves to make a whole. So flatten that out. And there is my second cup of, or second half cup of flour. And now we need a cup of water. So first, I'm going to stir together my dry ingredients here, that light dusty dirt, the sand, the potting soil, and the flour, until, actually it kind of looks like chocolate cake mix now. All right, so that's mixed up, and now I'm gonna start adding in the water. Let's see. I'm gonna start with a half a cup here. Stir that all up. Now you can definitely make a half batch of this or a double batch if you want less or more. It's a pretty easy recipe to change your ratios on. I'm gonna add my other half cup of water because it's gonna take about a cup of water. Of course, the soil that you're using might change that. Like my soil was very, very dry. If you're using wetter dirt from outside, it might be different. And this soil is very light, so there's a lot of air spaces in there. So who knows, maybe if you're using a denser dirt, you'll need a different amount of water. So I'm getting this all stirred up here. And now, once it's all mixed together, so this is gonna take a little bit before it's all the way ready to go. But what you'll do next is get some little toy plastic dinosaurs. There we go. So this is actually a really nice consistency here. If you want it to be a little bit dry, add less water, or you can add some more dry ingredients. But this is going to be really nice, actually. So now I'm going to take my little ankylosaur here, and I'm going to turn him into a fossil. So in your hand, just make a mud ball around that dinosaur. Now this will be about enough for 12 dinosaurs. So there is my ankylosaur fossil. So there's the dinosaurs in there. Now you just need to wait for it to dry. And on these hot sunny days we've been having, it would be really easy. All you have to do is put it outside. And then after a couple of hours, when it seems like it's nice and dry on the top, flip it over. And when they're all nice and dry, you can hide them around your yard and find them and excavate out your little dinosaurs. All right, let's see, get this little dirt off my hands. And now we're gonna do a little art project. So we're gonna make a diorama for little plastic dinosaurs. Now it's fun. I like using small boxes for these little plastic dinosaurs. Now, if you have one that closes, that's extra fun, because then you can build your little scene in here, and then you can close it up and take it with you. Or you can use something a little bigger, like this tissue box. You might want to cut this open though, so that you can get to it, or even cut open the top, fill it in from the top, and then you have this fun little round view window to see your scene in there. You can also use a bigger box, like a shoe box. I just like the little ones for this one. So here's my little Pachycephalosaurus, and I'm gonna make a home for them. So if you have dinosaur books, look up and see what the environment that they lived in looked like. Now you can use just about anything for these. I brought out some little stones and some sticks, and I brought a pine cone, but I think it might be a little bit big for this box. If I was doing this box, it'd probably fit. I also have some moss and some tissue paper. I have green and brown and blue. I have some of these little flat stones if I want to make a little river, cotton balls if I want to make clouds, and I brought out some construction paper too. Now I have a hot glue gun. It just works so much easier. It's so much quicker to do hot glue if you're trying to glue down heavy things. All right, so I am gonna snip this open at the top so that I can access the whole thing easily. And then when I'm done, I can tape up the sides, or I could even leave it open. I can still fold it up and close it. So, my little ankylosaurs, I buried the ankylosaur. These ones are the Pachycephalosaurus. So I'm gonna get them a nice jungle area. So I think for that, I want to lay out some green tissue paper and cover in green tissue paper. Let's see here. I'm gonna tear this because it gives it kind of a texture. I really like putting fun textures in my art. Now here we go, there's some torn up pieces. I'm gonna actually tear up some brown as well, because of course, nothing is all one color in nature. So there's my green tissue, and I'm gonna get some brown also. Now if you're doing this kind of tissue paper, doing kind of a collage with it, I'm gonna use glue and a paintbrush. Kind of paint out the glue and then press these on. That way I don't have to bother with glue stick, and trying to get it all in just the right spots. So I'm gonna pour this out onto my little tray here. You can also mix your glue with water, just like about half and half. That gets you a nice Mod Podge, like decoupage consistency. So, just gonna paint this glue down on the bottom. It covers that zone really quickly. And I'm gonna start pressing down some pieces of tissue paper. Now, green and brown are colors in nature that are everywhere. Soil and plants. These little toy dinosaurs are really cheap and easy to find in toy stores or online. We just had a bunch here at the museum. All right, and if I'm feeling like I need some more glue down here, which I am, I'm just gonna put a little more on here. And then you can brush it over the top of your tissue as well. And then when it dries, it won't fall off. There's nice textures in there. Let's see. Now, what else do I want to add to this little diorama scene? I think I would like to add a little pond. So I'm going to use my hot glue gun and some of these blue clear glass gems. And in this area where I didn't quite get full coverage with my tissue, I'm going to put down some hot glue. Start making my pond area. Let's see, there's a light blue one, another light blue one. I'm gonna add another dark blue one right there. And now I'm gonna add some natural pebbles around the little lake. And then this is also, if you wanted to make this be like a little play zone for your little dinosaurs, you can keep your dinosaurs loose. If you would like it to be a permanent display, you can glue your dinosaurs down. Oh, here we go. This is starting to look really fun. Put some more stones over here. There's that light blue one kind of faded away there. It wasn't quite dark enough to see. So I'm gonna put another little stone back here too. And you can also use any kind of nature from around your home. You can go out and find some stones, find some sticks. I'm gonna put this big one right here. I'm gonna put the big one back here, actually. I need another glue stick. All right. So as you can see, you can do just about anything here to make your little place for your dinosaurs to play. I'm gonna take a stick here. Now, these guys in real life, now this is only about 1.25 inches tall, but in real life, these were 10 feet tall. So think about that. Now I'm 5.5 feet tall. That would be almost as tall as if I stood on my own head. If you're two grown-ups that you know, if they stood on top of each other, that's about how tall these would be. So these little sticks, well now, look at that, in scale, this would be a 10-foot tall tree log. So it's a big guy, it's a big log. All right. Now I want to get some sky in here too. I think I'm gonna paint the top blue and put in a couple cotton balls for clouds. There's so many things you can do with this. So dark blue and white mixed together is going to equal a nice sky blue. I'm going to keep it not fully mixed so that I get a nice, fun, multicolored sky going on there. I can't wait for this to dry. Now my little Pachycephalosaurus can go roam the jungle. And if you have any toy trees, anything, there's so many things you can do with this. Let's see, let's get those clouds in. All right, well, I hope that you have fun building your very own dinosaur habitat. And I hope to see you all tomorrow. I think we're gonna do some more dinosaurs tomorrow. I know we have World Oceans Day sneaking in the middle of Dinosaur Week. We've got several more days of dinosaurs planned for you. Now, Miss Lauren, I do have a joke for you.
Yes, Miss Greta?
What did the dinosaur put on her steak?
I don't know. What?
Dino sauce. And I hope you all have been enjoying the Read Aloud Lincoln story times. Those go on pretty much every day at 10 o'clock, but check out their Facebook webpage for Read Aloud Lincoln to find out exactly when they will be doing their story times. Now, I'll see you all tomorrow morning at 10:30.